Okay, here I'm doing my twin stick setup. And when I first put it together, the shifter's way up in here. I'll show after we're hitting the floor. And still not going into gear all the way. So what I did, I actually had to shorten one of these a little bit. Actually, both of them I shortened. That's actually been so I could thread in further. This one threads in all the way. This one I could have left alone, but I was trying different things at first. I don't know if you could see. I bent this shoe, and kind of hard to see that one. I also did that one. Let's see. So anyway, this one here, I cut it and re-welded it. So now in low range, they're both pretty level. I also added some washers here to space this down to make it a little bit, I'll show in a second, because this ball was past its, it was as far as it could go and it wasn't enough. There wasn't enough movement. So this one could be adjusted a little to get the shifters even. I'm just still working on it. There we go. They're pretty even. It's close enough for me. Anyway, let me get it back in neutral. So now you can see the angle on this joint. It was maxed out and I couldn't get it into high range. So I added those washers. You can see it's not much, but there's a little something there. And another thing I did is I put a spacer on this other one. Let's see if I can get the focus. It's just a stainless nut, and I ground the edges so it could rotate better. Otherwise it hits the outside edge of the joint. Every truck is different. There's nothing wrong with the kit. It's just I could have cut the hole in the floor bigger. That's what a lot of people do. So here it is in the floor. I actually did notch the floor slightly when I was, you can see right here. It's close. Just a little notch. And oops. That one's forward. If we go to neutral, you see that just taps the floor right there. I could trim that. I could also trim it right here. If you look on this shifter, I trimmed that too. And you'll see it just barely clears. I'm still working on this. But, I mean, it's in his detent, it's not touching. It only touches when you actually, I don't even think it's really touching. If I really push hard and bend things. So I'm not going to mess with that. I didn't want to go get crazy cutting these floors. This truck's already painted underneath, obviously. I did right here. I did, this used to round right here. So I did square it off a little. I squared it off a little here. And somewhere is the plate that goes on it. Kicking around here somewhere. Probably rolled in his blanket somewhere. I'm having to deal with all this stuff all at the same time. I don't know where I put it. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to make a new plate anyway. Oh, here it is right here. With the boots on it. So, I'll take the boots off. Put the plate on. you know you got to be right back there. You'll see that this screw doesn't have enough room to the sheet metal. This one doesn't have enough. That one doesn't have enough. So the only one that would make it is that one. So I'm just going to make a new floor plate. I'll make a new stainless one. I might actually put the shift indicators on both sticks on it. Something like that. This would be fine for most guys, most trucks, whatever. But yeah, those aren't going to catch any holes. You can see the original shifter hole was way back when. I think it was rounded here. But this used to be a 203 truck that I put a 205 in it. And I think I might have moved that originally. But everything seems to work good. And like I say, just it's in its detents. Here I am in low range on both sticks, and really, once you're in the detents, there's plenty. It only gets close when you're actually getting it to go back. Yeah, I just didn't want to open the floors up, and I wanted to get those joints to not have any stresses on them. Well, there we go. The shifters are in. Oh, not that it matters, but let's see. Turn the light on. There we go. The transfer case is kind of in. I'm not done with it. I got to get the 2 drain plugs. I got to put the plate on that side still. Speedometer parts I need. There's a seal that goes in the speedometer drive. So I got to get that seal. And then of course I was going to put my support rod on, but I had the wrong one powder coated, so it's too long. I need to do some detailing still, but so, and the front seal here didn't come in the kit. All the seals they fit in there. Any one of them that would fit in there was too big around for the yoke. So I just ordered another one from Napa. Whatever. I've had the kit for a year and a half. It's my fault. But whatever. Seals are cheap. And let's see. You can see from filling the transmission, little tranny leak. I do want to double check the converter spacing before I put the cover on. Yeah, it's getting there. So somewhere around here's the cover. Yeah, here's the cover. I had that zinc plated with the transfer case. Turn the weld gas off, okay. But it's getting there. That's the work this week. Besides working on my brother's Blazer, getting all the moldings on after I painted it. And I wanted to make sure to get these done before I get carpets. So that'll be the next, I don't know. Money's tight. So I think it's going to be the next thing, but it's going to be one of the nearer things. I mean, carpet's only $200. The windshield's only $200. Blower motor. That's not much. It's probably $50 or something. Give or take a little. But all this stuff starts adding up. And my front diff is actually out being powder coated. It's all disassembled. I'm just using a GM 10 bolt. the Dana 44, I can't get the gears I want to match front and back. So I picked up another rear, stripped it, that's being powder coated. But now the transfer case is in, I can actually get my pinion angles figured out. I'll get the other rear end in. It's from a 93 or 4 Chevy truck. So it's a 14 bolt semi-float. I'm not off-roading, I don't need any crazy rears. But there's no perches or shock mounts, or nothing on it right now. It's stripped. So I got to put that rear end in, set the pinion angles, tack the perches on, and pull it out and weld everything up. And I can strip that one and have it powder coated. Little here and there. I don't even have the gear sets yet. Can't afford them. Doing these trucks is just... If I had to buy this truck and do it, I could never do it. I own this truck forever. A couple decades plus. So if I had to buy a truck and do it for... And I mean, really, I already had the dash from a new GM dash and door panels. Body panels. I bought one bedside. That's it. I already had all the stuff. But the little things cost a fortune. Paint cost a fortune. I still got to get that one parking light. Mine didn't have the chrome. So I'm still trying to find one of those. Oh yeah, like I said, braking system, there's nothing. It's going to need all the ball joints, everything. Yeah, it's not going to happen this year. Not with what I'm making. If I had the money, the truck would have been done 2 years ago. I could probably put the wheel wells in, but it's easy to work on stuff with them out right now. But whatever. At least we're getting some more done.